If you know you should be doing something, if you know you should be showing up more, posting content more, starting that business, reaching out to certain people, if you know that there is something that you need to be doing in order to receive what it is that you've been asking for, then do it. Because we can delay our own breakthrough. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Amber. I am a lifestyle creator who pretty much focus on all things faith, evolving, and stepping into your best self. And if you've been here with me from the beginning, then welcome back. I am so happy you are here, and I am so excited to get into today's video. Now, as you see, I have my laptop here, guys, because I have some notes, okay? I took notes for today's video because I want to make sure that I hit every single point for you. Now, as you can tell from today's title, we are going to be discussing how you can tell when you are close to your breakthrough. Can we get an amen? All right. I don't know about you, but I feel a breakthrough coming for me. All right. There are some things that I am waiting on God to do. There are some promises that I'm waiting to come to pass. Your girl has been working. She's been building. I am still in a building season, but I know some great things are on the horizon. And I decree and declare that my breakthrough is near. If you are with me, go ahead and drop a comment, drop a like down below, and let's go ahead and get into today's video. So today's video was inspired by the current season I feel like I'm in and just past experiences, things that I've experienced every time I have received the breakthrough. Like, right before I receive a breakthrough, something happens, right? Or you feel some resistance, maybe you lose something, and we're going to get into that. But if you are someone that feels like, I don't know, something is coming for me, or you're praying for a breakthrough, yet everything in your reality is looking like it's not going to happen, I am here to tell you it is, okay? Do not let what is going around you trip you up and make you believe that your breakthrough isn't near. So let's go ahead and jump into number one on how to know when you are getting close to your breakthrough. You will experience spiritual warfare. Now, this isn't for everyone, but for most Christians. For example, let's say that you have given up something, right? You have turned away from your old ways. You're choosing to do things God's way, right? And you're walking on this new path. You've been working, you've been being obedient, and you are expecting a breakthrough from God for your obedience. Do not be surprised if you experience some warfare right before God shows up and blesses you. Spiritual warfare, I believe, always starts in the mind. If the enemy can get in your mind, he won. Because our mind is what controls our life, okay? Our thoughts controls our actions, and our actions and lack thereof will shape the world around us. So if the enemy can get in your head and have you think that God doesn't care, he's not going to bless you, you're not good enough, then you may stop taking action. You may stop doing the very thing that you know God has called you to do. And when you stop doing that thing, then guess what? You will not receive what it is that God has for you, because you have to keep working. You have to complete the work that you started. Now, spiritual warfare can also happen physically. Spiritual warfare can come about in many different ways, but I want you to be aware of the attacks and not allow it to trip you up, especially when you are believing God for something, especially when you know that God is going to do what he said he's going to do. You've been doing so well this whole time, and then all of a sudden this thing starts to happen, this bump in the road pops up. Find it not strange, okay? Look at every challenge, every attack as an opportunity for you to grow, for you to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient in the spirit and in the natural. So spiritual warfare is the number one sign that you are closer to your breakthrough than you think you are. I want you to understand that when you believe that you're experiencing spiritual warfare, you're having these thoughts that it's not yours, you're having a lot of negative thoughts, you're having a lot of evil thoughts, or maybe everything around you is starting to fall apart. You have family attacking you, friends attacking you, strangers on the street attacking you. Something happens on your job and your business, whatever it may be. When you feel like you are encountering spiritual warfare, this is the time to pray. This is the time to press in. Decree and declare that any attack sent from the enemy will not prosper. Do not let spiritual warfare overtake you, because if you do, it's pretty much like falling into a hole that you got to climb yourself back out of. Us as believers got to get ourselves to a point spiritually, and us as believers, we got to get to a point in our faith where when things happen to us, we don't get so affected or offended. Get in the habit of submitting everything to God, praying over everything. Pray over your mind. When you are having these thoughts that are negative and does not serve where it is you say you're going or what it is you say you want, cast it down. Take captive of every thought, okay, that is in the Bible. Because the thoughts that we choose to dwell upon plays a huge part in our life. So be mindful of the thoughts that you're having on a day-to-day basis. Be mindful of what's going on around you and how you are responding to spiritual warfare and to any attacks that may come up in your life as you are getting closer to your breakthrough. And I also want to mention that you can experience spiritual warfare in your dreams. Okay, I think I mentioned it earlier, but you can experience it in the physical, the spiritual. You can be having dreams, getting attacked while you're asleep, demonic dreams, sexual dreams. Like, spiritual warfare can come in many different forms. So just be aware of that. And like I said, go deeper in your prayer life. Pray over your mind, pray over yourself, pray over your circumstances, and continue to push through, because like I mentioned, your breakthrough is closer than you think. And find it not strange when things start to happen as you are doing the things that God has called you to do. Find it not strange. All right, now let's get into number 2, and this kind of ties into number 1, but when you are on the brink of a breakthrough, be prepared to lose some things. Or lose everything, okay? I believe that God will allow us to lose some things, or for certain things to fall apart, just so we can make room for more for what He has for us. For example, say that you've been praying and fasting for a better job, for higher pay, or maybe you've been praying, asking God, should you start that business? And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and your boss fires you. Instead of being in shambles and enter a state of fear because you're like, oh my goodness, where my next paycheck is going to come from? Oh my goodness, I have bills to pay. I just got fired. Take a step back and remember what you've been praying for. If you lost that job after praying about starting a business, if you lost that job after praying and fasting for a higher pay, do not be surprised that you got fired. God is making room for what you have prayed for. And that's why you always hear people say, be careful what you pray for. No, seriously, because God moves pretty quickly. So if you are praying a thing, be ready to receive it, okay? Or be ready to be put in position to receive it. Get ready to build, babe. I also believe that God will allow us to lose some things, people, remove us from certain environments if it is going to be a distraction, if it is going to hinder us from getting to where God wants us to be, if it is going to block our breakthrough. I'm a strong believer in that. So if you've been praying to God for a community of friends who love you, support you, want to see you win X, Y, and Z, and then all of a sudden the people that you've been hanging around start acting funny, or somehow you guys fall out, find it not strange, because God sees everything, and maybe God knows that those aren't the people for you. It's so funny because this happened to me back in, I want to say 2021, 2022, but I never forget, I went through such a pivotal time in my life back in 2021, 2022. Really in 2022 is when I really sat down and I told God, listen, I want what you want for me, okay? At that time, I was working at a club. At that time, I had horrible habits. I was living a really crazy lifestyle, okay? A really dark lifestyle, let's just say that. And I was surrounded by certain people. I had certain connections and friends that, not saying they were bad people, because I think that everyone that I used to be in connection with, they were great in their own way, but during that period of time, we were not all good for each other, okay? At that time, I lived in a high-rise apartment, beautiful views of the city. I was driving a BMW, I was driving my dream car, making a lot of money, yet I was so unfulfilled, yet I wanted more out of life, not more material things, but just I wanted to show up in the world differently. I knew God was calling me higher. I knew I served a bigger purpose than how I was showing up in the world. And I was tired of being surrounded by all these material things, traveling here and there, making all this money, and not feeling fulfilled. Like something wasn't clicking. So I'll never forget, I sat down on my bedroom floor one night. I want to say it was like after work or something. And I was like, God, I cannot do this anymore. I want what you want for my life. I'm like, just take it all away. Like whatever it is that is not of you in my life, whatever it is that is stopping me from being fulfilled, that is stopping me from walking in my purpose, just take it away, okay? Like, change my life, God. I want a new life. I want to be a new person. I was crying and pleading out to the Lord. And I kid you not, y'all, this had to be in like November of 2021 when I said this prayer. And I remember I heard the Lord say, quit my job. And like I said, I was working at a club. And I was like, God, I ain't finna quit my job because that's my only source of income. And I remember God saying, quit your job. I remember I stopped working for like a month, but then I went back. So I went back going into the new year of 2022. I'm working in January, February comes, I get into a car wreck. I remember telling this story before on here, but I get into a car wreck in February, y'all. Totaled my car. Mind you, my job is like 45 minutes away from where I lived. So I'm like, oh my goodness, how I'm going to get to work. Now, also keep in mind that when I got into this car wreck, I damaged this side of my shoulder. So like I literally could not move this side of my body for like a month or two, like a month and a half. So I couldn't work even if I wanted to. So here I am laying in my bed, on bed rest, can't work, feeling more hopeless as I did before, right? But guys, I kid you not, when that had happened, I instantly knew that it was God. Now, I know that may sound crazy. Some people are like, God would never put you in an accident. No, I truly believe that if it was not for me getting into that accident, I would not be where I am today. If it was not for me saying that prayer, asking God to remove what he needs to remove, I would have never lost my apartment. I would have never lost my car. When I lost my car, it allowed me to really sit down. I used to be everywhere, like on the go. And I'm gonna try not to yap too long so we can get through our video. But I want to share this because I said a prayer asking God to change my life, and then I lost everything. Now, at that time, I had a really good relationship with God. Although I was disobedient, I knew God. I knew his character. I was very aware. During that time when I lost everything, yes, I was sad. Yes, I was devastated, but I knew why I was losing those things, because I asked God for more. I asked God for better. And so God had to remove the life that I built for myself on my own, because I know for a fact, listen, God will give you your heart's desires, but I just know for a fact the life that I was living was not God's will for me and his plan for me. Yes, he used that life to teach me a lot of things. I experienced some amazing things. However, I know the new life God has for me is going to be 10 times better. So I say all this just to say, find it not strange when you lose things or things fall apart after you've been praying for a change. God will cause you to lose some things to make room for more, and you must be at peace with that. Don't question it. Don't try to hold on to it. Just let it go. This goes for environments, people, places, whatever. Material possessions, let it all go if God is calling you to let it go, because he will replace it 10 times more. And do not rush his timing when it comes to restoring you. Understand that he will restore everything that you lost times 10 in due season. Because you have to understand that God cares way more about who we become versus the things that we have. So yes, I want to live in a beautiful high rise again and drive my dream car again. And I know I will. That is a promise that I am waiting to come to pass in 2025, because your girl has been patient, your girl has been working. But regardless of that, God could have given me all those things right when I lost everything else. But he wanted to work on my character first. He wanted to work on me first. So when I get all those material things again, it's just a bonus. See, back then I placed all those things on a pedestal. Because I had all these things, I thought that I was winning in life and that I made it and I was successful. When in reality, I was actually not even fulfilled. When in reality, I didn't even know myself. I lacked awareness. I lacked confidence. I lacked boundaries. I lacked a real relationship with the Lord. And if you have none of those things, then whatever material possession you have does not matter. Whatever you're out here doing in life does not matter. So do not get devastated when you are losing things along your journey after you done prayed for better. Know that losing whatever it is that you lost, it is for your good. And God will not take anything from you that he will not replace times 10. You just got to be patient and remember that your breakthrough must be near if you're out here losing things, okay? And when I say near, I don't mean next week. I don't mean tomorrow. I don't mean next month. Your breakthrough is in transit, okay? The package is on its way. So find it not strange when you are losing things after believing and praying for more. All right, guys, now let's get into number 3 on how to know your breakthrough is close. And this could be an obvious, but a lot of people tend to downplay how they truly feel. But number 3 is that you can actually feel that it's near. And when you feel that it's near, do not deny that feeling. Do not be like, oh, I'm crazy. Oh, nothing in my reality looks like it's near. So I don't know why I'm feeling this way. It must not be true. No, you feel it, okay? Everything happens in the spiritual before it happens in the physical. So if you are feeling that something's about to happen for you, if you are feeling that you're about to receive your breakthrough, declare it, hold on to it, believe for it, walk like it already done happened. Wake up every single day as if you're going to receive that email you've been expecting. Wake up every day as if this is the day that you're going to hit your income goal. Wake up today as if this is the day that you just got approved for your brand new apartment, your house. And if you've been praying to God to bring your kingdom spouse, wake up today, get ready, and go out as if this is the day that you are actually going to meet him. If you feel like God is moving in your life, like if you feel like something is near, 9 times out of 10, it probably is. You're not crazy. And us as humans, we love to downplay our feelings, our intuition. We love to be like, oh, it's too good to be true, or this can't happen for me. No. Feel good. You're supposed to believe that a breakthrough is near for you. And if you are feeling it, hold on to that feeling and do not self-sabotage. A lot of us could have been praying and waiting for God to do a thing, but subconsciously we are scared of the unknown. We're scared of how life is going to look when we actually get it. We may be scared that we may have to let go of some things in order to receive it. But if this is what you truly want, allow yourself to have it. Don't self-sabotage in any way. If you are feeling like your breakthrough is near and that God is going to do something, then those feelings are real. That is how you know it is near, because you are feeling it. You can smell it. You can taste it. You can envision it so vividly. And I feel like that's the season that I'm in right now. Like, as I mentioned, I just gave you guys my whole life story and how I lost everything back in 2022. Now it's 2025. I feel like, oh my goodness, this is my year. I feel it. Like, that's how I feel. I didn't feel that way last year. I didn't feel that way in 2023. But I feel that way this year, and I am not going to deny that feeling. If anything, I'm going to press in on that feeling. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep posting my content. I'm going to keep building my business. I'm going to keep learning and putting myself in position to receive what it is that I've been wanting to receive. So if you are feeling like this is your year, you are feeling like I am close to a breakthrough, I am believing God for more, hit that like button. If you are enjoying this video so far, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. And I want you to come back to this video when God actually do that thing for you, okay? Leave it down in the comments. Be like, girl, God did it. He did it. I want to hear about your success. I want to hear about your breakthrough. I want to hear about all the amazing blessings that God has brought into your life. And when you know you are close to your breakthrough, you can feel it. And I don't want you to deny that feeling or downplay that feeling. And if you must, keep how you feeling to yourself. If you don't have anyone to share your excitement with, your delusion with, your faith with, keep it to yourself. I don't care if everything around you looking like it's not going to happen, yet you feel like it is. Believe that feeling, okay? You're not feeling that for no reason. Something is going on in the spiritual, okay? You're going to receive it sooner or later. Trust that. All right, now let's get into our last sign that your breakthrough is near. You may start to receive unique instructions or ideas, or you may start feeling an urge to do a thing. It may be something that you never even thought of doing, never even imagined yourself doing, but all of a sudden you have this urge to do it. All of a sudden you're having these ideas. You feel called to reach out to someone. You feel called to start something. That is not a coincidence. That is God trying to order your steps to get you to receive your breakthrough. Listen, God tells us in the Bible, if you seek, you shall find. If you are anything like me, I ask God questions 24/8. And when I do so, I find myself receiving ideas and downloads that I would have never came up with. Or I feel myself being called to do something that makes me uncomfortable, not in a bad way, but in a way to help me grow. So find it not strange when you've been praying to God for a thing, or you're wanting to receive a breakthrough, and all of a sudden you feel called to do something. All of a sudden you feel called to start a business, post content, whatever it may be. I can guarantee you that very thing that God has told you to do is connected to your breakthrough. And you should be obedient and do it. It doesn't matter how uncomfortable it makes you feel. It doesn't matter if it's outside of your norm. Most of the time, how we expect to receive our breakthrough is not going to happen the way we expect it. And I'm speaking from experience, okay? The way I thought, like, there's certain things that I want in life, and the path that God has me on to receive it is not the path that I envisioned for myself years ago. It is not what I thought I'd be doing years ago. If you would have told me that I would be doing YouTube, creating content, if you would have told me I would have had my own marketing business, helping people build their platforms, I would have been like, what? No. Because years ago, that was never a thought of mine. Yes, I've always loved creating content, but I've never seen myself having my own online marketing business. Like, I never seen that for myself. But God gave me the idea. He gave me the name. He gave me the vision, and I executed. I acted on it. And I've been seeing fruits from my obedience. Was I scared at first? Yes, till this day, I get nervous before certain meetings. Was it uncomfortable putting myself out there on social media? 100%. I don't think those things ever get easier. But when you know that this is what God has called you to do, you'll be more willing. Because if God calls you to do anything, if God gives you any idea, you better believe that it will be blessed and that it will bear good fruit. So when you are getting close to your breakthrough, find it not strange that you are receiving certain downloads, instructions. Find it not strange that you are starting to think differently. You feel called to move differently. Allow God to order your steps, okay? Because your breakthrough is connected to it. Now, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. If you are someone that feels like you are on the brink of a breakthrough or you are praying for a breakthrough, then I really hope that this video helped you. And if it did, like this video, leave a comment and subscribe because we have so much more content coming on this lovely channel. And before we go, I just want to leave you with this, okay? If you are someone that is praying and hoping for God to do a thing in your life, I want you to understand that faith without works is dead, okay? So make sure that you are out here doing your part, okay? Give God something to bless. When you move, He moves. So make sure you are actively partnering with God in whatever way you can. I'm not saying be in control, trying to control every aspect of how you're going to receive this breakthrough, no. But if you feel called to do a thing, if you know you should be doing something, if you know you should be showing up more, posting content more, starting that business, reaching out to certain people, if you know that there is something that you need to be doing in order to receive what it is that you've been asking for, then do it. Because we can delay our own breakthrough. I am speaking from experience. When you become the person you need to become, you will have the thing that you desire to have. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and connect with me on my other socials, Amber Avery X, on all platforms. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.